Hi folks. How do we do this? First of all, thank you Prashil and Deshal for letting me know. We lost another legend, KP. It's going to be a hard one, man. Like, hard as in I still haven't processed it. I've just been busy at work. So one thing I'm grateful for is that we were giving each other flowers and love all the time. Every time we talked, every time we chat, there's nothing but love. As you'll see, he wore his heart on his sleeve, and he wore everything else, every other emotion, every other feeling, experience, thought. It didn't hold back. So let's go to some memories first. Primary school, I don't remember much apart from his nickname being Penfold, because he looked like that Danger Mouse sidekick. High school, not too many memories until we just missed each other. Either he left early or I left early, whatever happened in college days. But later, if I remember correctly, another Intel alumni, Mehul, Shili, I think they were planning to open some IT thing near Cosmic or somewhere in Westlands. I have vague memories of that. So forward 10 plus years, I am thinking of moving to Australia. So my first visit, he makes, when he pulls out the stops, he pulls out the stops. So he made plans, and a lot of the guys he wouldn't have seen in a while. He's just like, I'm so glad you came, because all these guys came out. They're all either family man or live far and all that. There was Bhavik, Amit D'Souza, Hitesh came for a bit. Now I always had a kind of an idea of his fiery personality, but I got a taste of it this visit. We had gone to Hillary's upstairs, hippo or African elephant or some place. And while he was ordering drink, a guy next to him ordered a single malt or some kind of malt and dropped the cold Coke in there, small Coke. KP lost. He's like, this mother. KP had very colorful language. So he's like, this mother. Look at him. He's just up a single malt whiskey. That's like, okay, whatever, man. To me, it's just Daru, man. Daru is Daru. That was the first experience during my first visit, just to check out Australia. Later on, I moved. So, most of our friends, married, kids, all that. Me and him, single to mingle. So, we used to go on the prowl maybe 2-3 nights a week, sometimes more. And I always liked this 3-stop thing. So we used to have 3 stops. The main ones were, say, like, we'd start in Irish pub in Joondalup, and everywhere we went, I used to call it the magic table. Some kind of magic happened, because, Australian friendliness. People just sit, that mateship. They just sit with you, they chill with you, whatever it is. So we came across MCs, we came across gangsters, some really interesting, fun characters. I think I have a video somewhere of this MC. Another night we met this lovely couple. They had just started dating, Ashley and Ryan. So we ended up on a magic table at the bistro now. And the third stop was the club, Eve or Evolution or whatever the name kept changing to. The guy was like a detective and a musician at the same time. The girl had these mokos, or the Maori tattoos and things. Another night at this same bistro, this guy was so funny. Everyone at the pubs, all these drunk people, always have some kind of party trick. This guy's party trick was removing his top teeth, and he's like, look at this. Like, okay, that's if you want to call it a party trick, fine. Another night, it was bikini night, and we were just like, the parents are sitting there, daughters are half naked. It's a very different mentality, man. Like, and then another night, that time I used to smoke. So one of the friendly people come, the lady, she's like, can I have the lighter? She used the lighter, lit a cigarette. And when she gave it back, she's like, thank you very much, thank you very much. It started intentionally throwing that Indian accent at me. It was so funny. Kepi and I were just staring at each other. It's like, is this really happening? At the club, what I really liked about this club was it had a stage. So I was happy to dance there. But this guy, like, he's just had a way with women. The club one, let's forget about. And then I started seeing a pattern. I'm like, once he gets drunk to past a certain level, then it goes to a place where I don't like being. One of those days he actually even disappeared, and then I think I walked home. I was just down the road. But now, okay, so this impulsive bit. If you know Kepi is hot and cold at the same time. He can switch very quickly. If he's with you, if he's there for you, he's ride or die. That's the explanation for what ride or die it really is. Like, no matter what I wanted or anything, he will go out of his way. He will move mountains for you if he's on your side. But every now and then, especially these drunk moments, he'll come up with some really harebrained ideas. Myself, Bhavik, Shelly, all these guys, we used to tell him, like, why don't you just settle down? Like, just think what you're doing, or, you know, just chill. But once he's bitten onto this idea, he goes all 100%. He had only 2 gears, only 5th gear or nitrous. You know, Fast and Furious? This guy was on those speeds. Everything will start making sense once I bring up the Mishali bit. He was the one organizing all the things, the Korogas he would take me to, steak night with Milan and guys. We went to, what was it, something Leopard Lounge or something. He had a nice steak there. Always planning, always doing something. And this one time, we had the best time in one of the worst beaches in Australia. Australia has nothing but beautiful beaches everywhere. But this beach, Burns Beach, rocks and seaweed, it was just horrendous. Even the sand was uncomfortable. But he set it up. He set up the tents, everything, and the way he loves his son. Oh my gosh. Kepi was always switched on. He had his hand on every pulse. So intelligent, so funny, got along with everyone until obviously he'll piss people off. You know, it's just that personality you have where you get too cozy. So he did that with me a few times, and I don't tolerate too much of this mailing and texting and so many, you know, this whole scriptures of emails. So I was like, listen, I'm going to see you tonight anyway, so we can have a tete-a-tete and just sort it out. He's like, oh no, but Paras, then it's okay, you know, just forget it, it's okay. I'm like, yeah, exactly. You're doing this because you're drunk again. And a lot of people spoke to him about this because of his health issue. Because me and him were single, we'd go to these clubs, pubs and everything, online dating and all that. Now Kepi's rep was rubbing up on me. And the strange thing is, someone in my life, an elder, went off at me. He's like, you can't keep doing this. And first of all, I was like, I didn't reply to them, but I was like, first of all, I don't hear a peep from you all these years. Suddenly you want to start showing you have some kind of emotion. Or are you really doing these things? But anyway, that's just ignorant elders. Another story at this Irish pub. It was known to have Irish gangsters, you know, the thugs. So one of the guys, just a normal guy, he had done something at the bar. I think he used some line from some movie, you filthy animal or something. So when he got his drink, he told the barmaid, keep the change, you filthy animal or something like that. So the Irish thugs, they came to him, they stepped to him. They're just like, you just called a filthy animal, are you going to go apologize, this and that? The guy was already pretty drunk. So he's like, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to. After a lot of rigmarole and all that, finally, it's like, yeah, okay, I'll go apologize. But those guys, like more and more guys just kept showing up. It's like, oh shit, what's going to happen? Another one of these nights, we were not feeling like clubbing and all that stuff. So I was like, look, I need some glycogen, I need some protein. Let's just go to the local Macca's in Joondalup, where the shopping center is. And then at the shopping center, we noticed like all these souped up, you know, racing style cars, and they were ready to go somewhere. And we're like, let's see what these guys are up to. Soon as we put down the window, these guys all split. So we're like, what? Is it because we're brown? But apparently, I think it was like a race going to happen, and these guys got their call. So they all, and in that parking lot was packed, like chokers packed. It was crazy, man. Just the way it all moved and all these souped up cars. I really wanted to know where they were going, or witness it, see what it was about. Now Kepi liked cooking a lot, so he always made all these wings and ribs and all that. And once he knew I love poutine, it's like Paras, at least once a week or so, he'd be like, I'll make you the poutine. Every time his sauce was on point. Only thing I miss is that crunchy, when the chicken is fried so well, that thin bone is so crunchy and chewy. That's a good one. So lots of dinners at their house. Always get a container, always get some takeaway, until I changed his name to KP BYO Containers MF, as in because he likes swearing at me. He's like, bring your containers, man, running out of containers. So we'd chill with Mishali. They always had some really amazing au pairs. There was one called Milen. She was so awesome, people tried to poach her. And then there was Elodie. I think we went to Pancho's with her. Okay, so one of the steak nights. What I really appreciate about him was, like, I will go and see a football match or any guys playing with balls kind of matches because my friends like it. I really don't care about that kind of stuff. So I really appreciate when someone does something I like. So he's like, okay, after steak we'll go see a movie, whatever. I think it was James Bond or something. He already got drunk, and by now he was riding a motorbike. He put me on his motorbike. Luckily he was just down the road. It was just like one corner. But he's drunk. I'm on his motorbike with him. We go to the cinema. He's sitting next to me. Within 20 minutes he's just sunk into the seat, like he's gone back until he starts snoring so loudly. And when people, like, I look behind to see like who's watching, and the glares I was getting because they didn't know someone was next to me. They thought I was the one making all this noise. I'm like, listen, look, I'm awake. We used back to the dating thing. So we were on all the dating apps. In his case, he spent a lot of energy. He was like constantly emails, messages. He was really good at that. I'm like, man, that's too much time, especially for someone I don't know yet. Once I know the person, once I know they're worth investing time and life into, then I'll do much more. Like, you guys are living too hard and fast. Too hard and fast, man. But that was Kepi until he found Louise. And Louise he stuck with for longer. Louise was amazing. I kept telling him, stick with her. But a bad incident happened on his birthday. We went to casino, Crown Casino. Went to this lovely place, Merivale, I think. Beautiful lollipop chicken. And the meal hadn't even already come. He was already drunk, so the way he broke the glass because he was pissed at Mishali for something very, very, very small, he got kicked out. So we were packing up to go and look for him. By then he disappeared. So we looked, couldn't find him. We ended up taking an Uber. And in this Uber, Mishali told me what KP went through. I didn't know all this time. I knew he had gone through health issues, like he was very secretive that way, or wouldn't talk about it too much. So then Mishali's like, yeah, his stomach got operated, this and that. And since then, he's been on 5th gear, living this life. So psychologically, I think it was something about doctors telling him and Mishali, both of them, because of their health issues, didn't have a long time to live. So some of the dinners, they would tell me about this, and they're like, yeah, see, we proved the doctors wrong. I'm still here, I'm still there, this. But I was like, okay, KP, now I understand why I have to bang heads with you every now and then. He's messed up every now and then, because even on Facebook he would share something like, it's good to forgive, or all these spiritual posts and stuff. With me, he knew I was into art of living, so he's like, Guruji says you should just let it go, let it flow like the river and all this. I'm like, yeah, I know you're saying it now because you pissed me off with some of your bad that you've been doing. And trust me, if you are a very close person in his life, he's pissed you off multiple times. He's pushed your boundaries multiple times. That was just our KP. And myself and Bhavik used to talk about this also. We're like, how much can we explain? How much can we talk to this guy? Like, we just keep bumping our heads against this wall. He gets better for a bit, then he goes back, then he gets better. Good thing is, he used to make an effort. He would admit to when he was wrong or stuff like that. So he knew he had that night, the next day, when he sober up, I'm going to knock some sense into him. That's why she explained everything. So I was like, I can't knock some sense into him because I know it now. I understand it now. I've had my own waves of, being in my own zone. One thing me and Mishali agreed was, no matter what, he is our ride or die. The literal expression, ride or die, that was him. Some of the relationships he got into. He went all the way to America for some lady who was, I think, 8 years older than him or something. He went to Dubai, then he went to Kenya. He would look for love everywhere. So even the dating apps, whoever I met, after some time, I had to ask them, do you know an Indian Kenyan by the name of KP? And all of them knew him. There was one I forgot to ask. So on the second date, I was like, hey, I forgot to ask you, do you know KP? He's like, oh shit. And I'm like, look, you're cool and everything, I like hanging with you, but because of this, we can't happen. So we ended up hanging out a lot. He used to get me something called bakwa from Singapore. And finally, he met Samantha. Again, overseas relationship. I was advising against overseas relationships in the first place. But this time, he bit onto the thing of moving to Kenya. It's like, it's over here. Vishali's taken Ishq to UK. I want to be somewhere closer, and Samantha is really good for me. And we could see the difference. She chilled him the hell out. Like, he made a big difference. Every now and then he'll tell me, like, it's been a long time since my relapse. He was much more settled, much more happier. I just missed my ride or die, Bhavna even really liked him. Always entertaining person. Now, the sad parts. A few months back, we get news, Mishali passed away. It was predicted. She knew. That's why she wanted to be in UK. She wanted to take Ishq, make sure he was in safe hands and all that. And there was one. The second one was just then. KP tells me he's got colon or rectum cancer or something. I was like, what the hell is happening? So, even more flowers, even more love every time we talked. He helped me through some things even when he was in Kenya. So, in a way, he knew this was going to happen. We knew. She lives in Kenya at the moment. We're sending you and the Patani family strength, prayers and condolences. We know he's definitely in a much peaceful, happier place now. No more of this BS life. Just gonna need some days to kind of deal with this, man. I'm still in a bit of a daze. Hey guys, just a few more memories before I tie this one up. One of the birthdays, Bhavna surprised me with this bicycle cake and everything, and they came to surprise me. That night, one of the candles was like the tree which the bike was going around or something, and Ish, thinking it's also part of the cake, he ate that candle. It was so funny. Well, me and Bhavna found it hilarious. The rest of the table also did, but they didn't laugh as much because they saw like KP and Mishali were not pleased at all. So we had to cut our joys short. I hear Ishq is in good hands, so that's good to know. Now, just the way I am into Batman, or I used to be into Batman, everything Batman, KP was Superman. So that cinema incident, now I remember, it was that Batman vs Superman movie we had gone to see. because we were both into both of those characters. Even his WhatsApp was like the Superman logo, t-shirts, and this one workout top he gave to me later on. When he was working out, he had put on decent lean mass. He was working out with a personal trainer. I think he was like a power lifter or something. The guy was huge. So both of them helped us move over here down south. And Bhavna had made some food, and that guy kept eating and eating and eating. And last memory was once he moved, he needed some help with his tenants over here. So he's like, Paras, I need your help. Do this for me, do that for me. I'm like, listen, man, I'm all the way south. Can't ask anyone up north. He's like, nah, just can you do it for me? So okay, fine. I'll try and figure out something. So I sorted his washing machine out. And then later, again, he would push it. So he's like, oh, can you take WD-40 and screwdriver and just like do it on the curtains and the hinges? The tenant is complaining. So I'm like, listen, man, that's what your like property manager is there for. We missed our trips, our reunion adventures. Rest well, brother.